Trump's been doing well. It's been 6 months in office so far. What's your reaction to just what the administration's been doing?
Well, look, I think that President Trump was going to deliver for the American people. We saw his first term, and in 4 years, he continued to deliver. We had a pause through Biden, and Americans said, we're not buying this anymore. Democrats imploded. They continued to allow, whether it was boys and girls sports, an open border crisis, and we can't fake this anymore. Illegal immigrants are even in my state in Ohio. They're everywhere. ICE was hamstrung. The fact that he was not able to secure a border, Biden, President Trump came in within 5 days and ensured border security. And I have to say, Alana, a lot of this is because President Trump is following the rule of law. He has continued to say, we have the laws on the books, let's enforce it. And then tariffs, yes, it's a huge success. People are uncomfortable, but we have to be comfortable being in that uncomfortable today, because I really think that if we continue to push other countries to meet and negotiate with us, it's going to be a win-win, and it's not going to be immediate. We have to bring manufacturing back. We have to bring jobs back. But this is how you do it. We can't continue to negotiate with these countries when we have a lower hand. And today, most countries have not respected us. And President Trump is bringing that respect back to the United States, back to the American people.
And just today, I saw that he put a 30% tariff on Mexico and the EU. He's sending letters to other countries, telling them, I think he gave them an August 1st deadline on, needing to respond, and if they don't negotiate, or if they respond with retaliation tariffs, he's going to match those tariffs. So just a continuation of
100%. And what I love about President Trump is he gives a deadline and he means it. Look at what happened in Congress with the big, beautiful bill. If we didn't have a deadline, we would not have tax relief for millions of Americans. Republicans and Democrats always talk and promise about what they're going to do. President Trump is ensuring that they're delivering. Every single time he has a deadline, people know that he means business. And tariffs is going to be the same thing. Country after country is coming to President Trump's table to say, we want to negotiate, we want to work with you, because at the end of the day, believe it or not, we're going to continue to strengthen our presence. I know, again, previous administration, United States was a laughingstock across the globe. President Trump is strengthening us, strengthening our ability to negotiate, put more money, jobs, revitalize the economy, and the naysayers out there have to report this. And if they're not, you just have to look at your bank account today. It doesn't matter whether you're a job creator, a millionaire, or a mom of 2 kids. You know you have more green in your bank account because of President Trump.
Speaking on the big, beautiful bill, so that passed recently, we all know. And but now the focus is on government spending and the appropriations process and everything. Do you think that we could enact some of those DOGE cuts through the appropriations process and other tools, or what do you think is going to happen next with all that?
So I think we have to continue to DOGE government. Elon Musk actually proved to the American people that it's possible. We constantly talk about cutting waste, fraud, and abuse, and Elon showed the American people it can be done. So we have to make sure that it's not only going to continue, but that it's permanent. We have a bloated government. We have so many individuals that are working today. So I think President Trump's cutting federal employees, just like every other president from Clinton to Reagan has done. We have to continue that. But at the end of the day, we need legislation. The only way to make things permanent, President Trump can do a lot through executive orders. But what's going to happen after his term? We have to have these executive orders become permanent law. And this is where, again, I think he needs to put deadlines on Congress, because if we don't, we're going to be in a cyclical pattern where we're doing well and then a Democrat comes in and then we're doing well. And Americans don't want cycles. We want the American dream and prosperity.
What's your reaction to this rise of Mamdani in New York City? What do you think the fate of New York City is going to be with everything going on over there?
I go to New York almost weekly, and there is no secret. The breeding ground for socialism is our college campuses. I think it was eye-opening in 2020 as we started to realize what our children are being taught. Mamdani is a man with a mission. He wants socialism, and that's what Democrats are today. He's just saying the quiet part out loud. Democrats are no longer fighting for democracy and the principles like the working class, the common man, for Asians, Hispanics, Latinos. They've lost their base. They're all with President Trump. They're fighting for socialism, and this is a man who is socialist, and Democrats are standing with him. I mean, for him to win that Democrat primary, Didn't surprise me because that's who Democrats are today. They have become so leftist, so radical, so extreme, and they're going to destroy New York City. And I don't want a state like Ohio having to bail them out. So if you are going to elect a mayor like that, you have to sleep with those decisions.
So obviously Trump had a historic landslide victory. He has, in his first 6 months, had a lot of success with his foreign policy, the big beautiful bill, his domestic policy, everything, border security. What do you think is next on the agenda?
I think border security is going to continue to remain a top issue. We have to get more immigration judges in. We actually have to get the DOJ to continue to prosecute and get these individuals out. And then there needs to be a restructure of government. I think we need to look at all of these agencies and say, what needs to exist and where do we need to restructure? There's a deep state. It not only exists, we saw it with the Epstein file. We're seeing how the American people are still being misled. We need to continue to deliver for the American worker. So in addition to revamping government, let's continue to show the American dream. We have to get manufacturing back here. The biggest thing that President Trump could do after what he's already delivered, cut rules and regulations, cut red tape, let small businesses thrive and prosper. There are too many regulations that are burdensome, and government is in the way. They're hampering our ability to thrive and survive. Cutting regulations could be the single greatest thing in addition to securing that border.